All right. All of my broker friends, all of my mortgage friends, welcome back. We are opening up season 5 premiere with, I'm telling you, I don't know anyone else that could help us promote season 5 more than this individual right here. First off, I'm your host, Marc Summers, founding president of AIME. We're very excited for this episode, very excited for the broker community. We're kicking the season off with a bang, a bird's eye view from the top person in this industry, arguably the most broker-friendly person out there. So first off, I want to welcome the CEO and chairman of United Wholesale Mortgage, Mat Ishbia. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
No, thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it. Glad to be here with you.
Yeah, no, we'll have a little fun with this. So Matt, we all know what you're about. I would say most of us, we do have some listeners from the outside always trying to figure out, hey, is brokers, like going down that broker route, is it for me? But for the few folks here that maybe don't know who you are, we all need to know. We know you have like one of the best companies out there, but how did you get started in this industry?
Yeah, so I joined the industry in 2003. And so learning the business from the ground up, started an $18,000 a year job, taking fax machines, just learning the business, became an AE, kind of been with the company since I was a 12th person at UWM. It was originally started by my father, who's a great man. He's a lawyer, never actually worked here, but he had a couple side hustles, and I went to one of his side hustles and eventually bought it from him a couple years back later, and then kind of built it with the great partners, people I have. I got great people here at UWM. I get a lot of credit for it, but I got a lot of amazing human beings here that care about brokers just like I do, have the same vision and mission. And so I've been here 22, 23 years, loving every second of the mortgage business. And the best part is we're on the side of right, like being out with the brokers and seeing that it's better for the consumer, it's better for the LO, it's better for real estate agents. Like I'm all in with that. And that's kind of where I've been for 20 plus years, every aspect of the business, from underwriting, closing, secondary marketing, sales, now obviously the CEO, but kind of learning the business from the ground up and just proud to be part of it.
Yeah. So like when you were going through your journey here, like a lot of people, when they hit a crossroad, they look at retail as well. You know what I mean? So like, what was the big indicator for you, or what did you see on the broker side of things that you go, no, this is the better way to go?
Always starts with the consumer. What's best for the consumer is independent mortgage. Having a broker that can, because the retail margins are so crazy. Seeing what these retail players are doing, and the only reason retail even had a chance was because of the '08 crash. That's when all these places popped up, because good brokers, good loan officers didn't know what to do, so they went for cover, for safety, and they went under the back then what they called them Calber and Loan Depots and all fine companies, but they went for cover there, and because everyone said the brokers are going away. And everyone liked to blame the brokers. But when you really peel the onion back, it wasn't the brokers doing everything wrong. It was the whole industry was broken. And the whole industry is fixed now. And the best way for a mortgage to get done is through an independent mortgage broker. It's faster, it's easier, and it's definitely cheaper. And so then it's like, well, if it's better for the consumers, how do we make sure it's better for the LOs? And we've worked on that. And over the last 5 to 10 years, I think it's actually way better for an LO. So it's better for LOs and it's better for consumers. And what the hell does the other channel even exist for? And the answer is because It's always been there for the last 50. Like, it will go away. It's a dinosaur. It's like watching a dinosaur. Like, retail doesn't work. 400 basis point margins. LO's not making as much, giving borrowers a worse deal. Like, who's benefiting? Oh, the people that own the retail shops. And so I'm very into it, and it makes me feel good. When I go to sleep every night, I know I'm on the side of right. Independent mortgage brokers are best for LOs, best for consumers, and best for real estate agents. And so why would I not put 100% of our effort here? And that's what I've done at UWM. I said, all 9,000 of us, we care about one thing, and that's brokers.
I absolutely love that. And I have to thank you for that. Obviously, being a broker, like the products, everything you put out there, the systems, it makes our life a lot easier, so we can go help more consumers instead of worrying about everything else. So, I mean, you're hitting the nail on the head with that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and that's my job. That's my job as leading UWM, is to make things faster, easier, and cheaper, and make it better for brokers. Brokers are already cheaper. So without UWM, you're cheaper. So you don't need me for that, but you need faster and easier. And the technology that some of these retail players or big places offer, that was giving a competitive advantage in the early 2010 range. No longer. Now brokers have much better technology, much better access, much better everything. And it's just it's a better way to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here on a little something here, and it's not really that big. But me and Matt have known each other, I think, since we were 15 years old. And the reason for that being was, it's not like we were best friends or anything, but we met each other on the basketball court. You know what I mean? And I think, like you and like myself, I take a lot of those experiences, you know what I mean, to my business and everything that I do. So you were a damn good player, dude. You know what I mean? Like I remember one time looking at it, my parents dropped off some, newspaper articles. Yes, newspapers. For those that don't know what newspapers are, it was actually hand in paper. But we looked at the top three scorers. It was a Division I player, Dane Fife. Number 2 was Mat Ishbia. Number 3 was myself. And I sit back and I laugh about that because I'm like, I always remember you. You were the hardest worker out there constantly. You know what I mean? And that was my first impression of you. So how do you take that with everything you've done, with UWM, with the ownership of sports teams? Like, how do you relate that into everything with your sports background?
Yeah, no, it's fun. And obviously from all those years, and I'm glad you recognized and pointed out how good a player you were, right? Because, you were scoring 20, 25 points a game back in high school, and I was doing the same. And it was a lot of fun back then. And I don't think we ever played against each other back then, but I always respected you and your success. And you know what? Same thing is like, sports is a microcosm or a part of, like, it ties to business. It ties to life. And so, like, knowing how to be a teammate, knowing how to outwork everyone else, like, all those things apply to business. That's why you're so successful at what you're doing. You own your own business. You're the president of AIME. You've done all these great things, but it's not like you just were born with this. You actually worked hard for it, just like your basketball career. And basically anyone that's met you and I both know that we're not that tall. And I know I'm not that athletic. You might've been a little more athletic than me, but I'm willing to outwork you. And so that travels from basketball to business to anything in the world that you want to do. If you're willing to outwork someone, put in more effort. Like, I'm willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. They're just not willing to get up as early, not willing to stay as late, not willing to, roll their sleeves up. And I know that about me. And that's what I did in sports, because I was not born with the talent. I'm no talent, all heart. And I'm still that in business too. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I promise you that. I'm not but I will outwork people, and I will have a better attitude, and I will find a way to make things happen. And so, just like you've been successful in business, I have been as well. And the big word that I always use from my success back in high school and then college at Michigan State with Tom Izzo, and now at UWM, and now even what you do at AIME, is team. I was always part of the team, whether I'm the star player, or I'm the last guy on the bench, so whether I'm the CEO, whatever my job is, I'm part of a team. And it's always great to go with a team and do great things. That's what I love about AIME, is it's bringing people together. You're part of a team, a network, a community that just wasn't there 10 years ago. And I'm proud to be part of a team, do my part as my role in the industry. I don't have to be the best underwriter. I don't have to be the best salesperson. I got to be the best CEO in America. And that's my job every day. And I'm willing to outwork anyone for it. And so sports translates to business, back to sports. And it's just, I love it. And I love being part of a team. And I thank you for what you guys do at AIME, because we have a part in that team. I'm a sponsor. I get to speak at the events. I get to be around, get to talk to people, meet other people that care. It's just a big deal. And so being part of a team is a big deal.
Yeah, no, we thank you for that. Every time you speak at one of our events, it's like the room is packed. They know you're going to come up with something. It's absolutely amazing. I always learn something new from you. So, it's always good to see this, because you're always so innovative and coming up with new things, and really sometimes just kicking us in the ass, to kind of get us going. And, we all need that sometimes, and I coach high school. And the first thing I tell them is, like, my job is to make you better human beings. It's to take the lessons that I can teach you in basketball, because this is real life and you're going to use it later in life.
Yeah, that's the key. When you're, taking it in all of life, making things, everything. It's not like you can bucket. Oh, I do basketball, then I do business, then I do dad, and it's all one thing. And how you take things and learn from each other is awesome. So you're doing a heck of a job yourself.
Well, thanks. Well, the big news right now is the Rocket Mr. Cooper merger. You know what I mean? And obviously we know your thoughts on that, but can you maybe just give us a little insight on that and kind of your thoughts on it?
Yeah, overall, I've said it before. I mean, we know who Rocket Mortgage is, and we know what they're about. And once again, I don't have any negative things about their business. Their business is a very smart business. They've been very successful. It's just not good for brokers. It's never been good for brokers. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to cut brokers out. They just bought the largest servicer, trying to refinance all those clients, and then they also bought Redfin. They're trying to cut real estate. Like, once again, there's nothing wrong with their business strategy. It's just not good for brokers, and it's not really good for consumers, which is opposite of my life and my beliefs, which is I want to do everything good for brokers and good for consumers, and good things will happen. And so there's no hard feelings. I don't spend any time thinking about it or wasting my time. It is what it is. That's what they're doing. Mr. Cooper, which we used to have a business relationship with, I got rid of that business relationship right away. We're no longer, of course, I'll never sell them servicing, but also we used to have as a partner sub-servicing. I said, okay, we're done. And we'll move all the loans over. And there's nothing, like I said, there's no hard feelings. It's just, I can control what I can control. I can control my effort, my attitude, and my focus. My focus is on helping more brokers grow their business, helping more consumers work with brokers, educate consumers and real estate agents that brokers are best. That's what I do all day and every day. And I got to come up with innovative products and techniques and tools and ideas to help brokers win. And what Mr. Cooper or Rocket or any other company does has no bearing on it. The only thing it does is it just reminds us of who we are and what we're about. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I said, hey, we're all in with brokers. This is what we're doing. And like, I know what these guys are about. Like, I don't want to help them. Like, okay, that's what I said. That's what I believe. I'm always going to believe that. And now they just make me look really smart as things go on longer and longer. So I feel great about it. I feel great about what's going on. And I just want our brokers to focus on, let's go get loans. It's a great opportunity in the market right now. The market is hot. Spring purchase season. Refis are good. Like, opportunity is there. Don't waste your time worrying about other people doing their business. Just focus on, hey, we're partners with UWM. We're partners with AIME. We're doing great things in the broker community. Let's go dominate. And that's what I'm focused on.
You've always been that way, just like, okay, that's fine. You're going to do this and that's fine, but we're going to continue to do what we do and we're just going to do it better.
Absolutely. That's what it takes. Takes what it takes. You got to keep focus on it. And if you let other people, divert your attention one way or the other, what happens? They're winning. I'm not letting anyone win. I'm going to help brokers win. That's all I focus on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you got something big coming up here. We got UWM Live coming up. So tell us about that a little bit. I mean, it's a great event. I mean, so many people are there. I get to meet, new people that I've known since the inception of AIME. So tell us about this. What are you excited about?
I'm super excited about UWM Live. So first off, thank you for being there. I know you'll be there along with a lot of people from AIME. Between AIME Fuse event and UWM Live, those are the two best mortgage events of the year, bar none. And I get to go to the mortgage bank, all those other ones. Like, these are the two best, without question. There should be 5, 6, maybe 7,000 people there. Real estate agents do come as well, but it's mostly loan officers. And it's a great networking event. But the best part is, like, I'm going to speak. I got some good stuff. Barry Habib's got some great industry stuff. Bill Belichick, the all-time best NFL coach of all time, is going to be there. He's going to speak. You're going to get some stuff. But the best part might be the other mortgage people that speak, hearing from other mortgage professionals, mortgage brokers that are doing this, or a real estate agent that's doing this, and you can get ideas. You can't come to UWM Live and not get better. It's impossible. You can try. You cannot come and not get better. You will get better. The only way you don't get better is if you don't go do anything different after. You don't take action. But it's going to be great. I got some really, really cool stuff coming from UWM that will change your view on the business and opportunity in front of you. It's going to be amazing. Like, I'm so excited. It's not that far away. The next month, middle of May, May 15th, May 14th at night, but May 15th all day. You will enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and everyone there. It's going to be an awesome, awesome event.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about our events, and I'll clump Fuse into it is it's the people that are around you giving you this information. And yes, the event itself is great, but then when you can talk to different brokers from across the nation and start collaborating, I think that's where it really, really hits a home run. And as you know, at UWM Live, there's 5,000 people there every year, and they're all collaborating.
Yeah, you're going to meet people, and you're going to take people's numbers, you're going to follow up with them, and they're going to help you. You're going to help them. Like, it's a community. It's really something special. What you guys have done at AIME, you kind of have started this community, and the UWM wants to continue it. And between those two events, those are the two best things to do if a mortgage professional. And I'm really excited about UWM Live this year. It's going to be great.
One thing that I absolutely love that you do, and I got to thank you because you allow AIME to come out and speak at Success Track. Success Track, and I hear you talk about it on your Wednesday morning meetings. If you don't do that, you're missing out. You can always learn something there. Like, how did this idea of Success Track came up? And I mean, because there's a lot of work that goes into it. I mean, You're the only person in the industry in your company that does this, on a consistent basis. So tell us a little bit about Success Track. What do you like about it?
Well, Success Track,
where do you want it to go?
Yeah, I mean, Success Track is a way for LOs to practice, to train, to learn, to get better. And like, no one's great. Like, you don't just play games all day. You actually have to practice, just like whether it's sports or anything. Like, you have to practice and get better. And UWM has created Success Track, which is trainings, all different training. You want VA training, you want underwriting training, income calculation training, you want buying leads training, you want marketing training, you want broker owner training, like whatever training you want. And it's a massive investment. It's a massive investment in the broker community. The only way UWM can grow is if brokers grow. I have no other line of business where we talk about other lenders. Everyone's got other ways to make it. Like, we are all in with the brokers. So if you're not winning and growing and succeeding, then I have no chance. And so Success Track will bring out 25 to 27,000 different loan officers and some real estate this year. It cost me almost $80 million. So I can think about paying for everyone's, but it's an investment in training and helping people succeed and help people win. And you know what? It's the best thing we do. Honestly, I'd come out 4 times a year if I was an LO, once a quarter, and then including UWM Live. And I'd make sure I'm out here learning, getting better, and bring a real estate agent, build a relationship, help them get better. Like, it's all about training and development. And a lot of other companies can say, oh, I could just take that money and put it off the side or put it in our. No, this is an investment in the future. It's not an expense. It's an investment in a belief system in the brokers. And I know of loan officers, and the data shows it, right? The data shows loan officers that come out to UWM, they grow faster than loan officers that don't, in the exact same situation. You're both doing 3 loans a month in April of 2025. Okay, one comes to Success Track 4 times in the next 2 years or next year, and then you look at their numbers in 2027. One of them is doing 8 loans, one's doing 4 loans still. It's not like I made the numbers up. It's thousands and thousands of data points. I'm like, okay, well, this investment will help them succeed and grow. And so I love Success Track. It's probably the favorite. We have 600 people here this week. We'll have 700 next week. Like, it's 600-700 people here every week is really what it is. And we're really excited about it. And I thank the brokers for coming, because they're giving up time with their husband, their wife, their kids, their business, but it's a great investment of their time to dominate.
Yeah, just like I said, we come out there pretty much every Tuesday, and like I said, very thankful that we're able to talk about AIME and, be a part of the UWM family. And I'm telling you, if you're out there and you don't go, get in on that. They're missing the boat if you don't. It's all, just like you said, Matt, it's all about continuing education and making yourself better. It's an investment for yourself.
Absolutely. It's a big deal.
Another thing that you always got stuff going on. I don't know how you keep track of all this stuff, but one thing is, retail to wholesale. We want to grow the wholesale channel. That's AIME's mission. And we have some programs out there that help retail come over, dispel all the myths. This podcast is one of them. We have a ton of retail people that listen to this podcast, but you have something called, what's it called? Be a mortgage broker, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 2 things. One thing about AIME, which is great for whether retail loan officer or anyone's watching this, is like, you guys not only help people become mortgage brokers and help them be successful, but you also help the current loan officers close more loans, right? Like, you help loan officers close more loans, which is really why you and I and AIME and UWM are so aligned, because like, all we want is LOs to be part of the community, help them close more loans, help them be more successful. Be a mortgage broker is just a way to, people don't know how. Like, I'm in retail, I'm doing X amount of loans. This is what I've been doing for the last 9 years, 12 years, 4 years, 22 years. I don't know how to become a broker. And so go to beamortgagebroker.com and we will help them. Whether it's an LO, you want to just find a great broker shop, whether it's you want to start your own broker shop, like, we're here to help in any way, shape, or form. And that's what we've done. We basically built that, and we helped so many. I think last year, 16,000 people, 16,000 loan officers became a mortgage broker, either started their own or joined. That's an amazing number. And so we're excited about that, because there's still hundreds of thousands of loan officers in retail. And there's also people that want to learn, and there's people for you to hire. Like, there's so much opportunity. And so beamortgagebroker.com is a great place for people to go and learn more, talk to an expert about what other people have done. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, in my state, it's this. So, trust me, we've done it in your state 1,000 times. Let me show you how it works. Here's who you got to call. Your license doesn't transfer. Let me show you how you can do it. Let's call these people. We'll help you call this company. Like, we've got you. Like, we are going to show you that process. And then it gives you the freedom of being independent, being a broker where you have access to multiple lenders, but most importantly, freedom, help more consumers, do more business, grow your business, partnership, technology that UWM and others can offer. Like, it's a huge deal. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, and we have something called Discover Wholesale. We have a committee with it and everything. And I can't tell you how many retail people that I have spoke to, but a lot of times if you just have the conversation with them and basically debunk a few myths, they're like, why didn't I do this before? I've had tons of people on this podcast that went from retail to wholesale, and their number one regret was, I didn't do it sooner. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like the same story every time. It's like you hear the same story. Like, oh, I wish I'd have known about this before. What took me so long? And that's why it's funny is when people I've talked that are maybe even watching right now, or I talk to, I'm like, how are you still in retail in 2025? Like, Like, you don't have to believe me anymore. Go believe your friend Johnny or Sarah or Bill or whoever else is left and ask them what they think. Like, they'll tell you, like, they have nothing in it. Like we want what's best for you. And it's amazing, but it is the same story over and over. I can't believe it took me so long. I didn't really realize. They told me that you couldn't have control of your loans. They told me this. This is how it works. Like, they don't know. Like, education, and once people understand it, there will be no one left in retail if everyone really understood it.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's talk about, in your eyes, the future of the mortgage industry. Okay. Right now, you got a lot of people talking about rates. What are they going to do? I mean, I tell people all the time, they're not going to get in the threes again. If they do, great. I don't mind being wrong about that. They might not even get in the four, whatever. I mean, I hope I'm wrong on that. People talk about the price of eggs, all this stuff. What do you think their main focus should be right now?
So the main focus, like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen in the industry, but I know that I can control what I do every day. And same thing with a loan officer, right? There are people buying houses every single day. There are people refinancing every single day. The most important thing for a loan officer to do is to continue to build a referral relationship with their purchase agents, buyers, seller agents, okay, a real estate side, and then do an amazing job serving their client. They have to wow their client every single time, and then stay in touch with them after the fact. Because so many people, like, well, rates go in threes or not, like, right now, rates don't have to move anywhere from right now. And it should be 40, 50% of your business should be refi. There's that much action right now. There's trillions of dollars at 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, even 8%. Conventional 30-year fixed at 7.75, 8%. That was going down in 2023. That's what it was at the end of 23. People don't remember that. Those loans should be refinanced today. But if you don't stand in front of your past clients, you have no chance. So I would be focused on there's multiple different things I could do. Say, okay, focus on the purchase, the real estate relationships, focus on my past clients. But the biggest thing is dominate the service. So every client that works with you is like, wow, working with Marc Summers, he's the best. I can't wait to do, if I do a mortgage again, I'm definitely calling him. And if my cousin or brother asks, I'm reaching out to him. And then Marc Summers has to do a hell of a job of staying in front of me every quarter. Like, hey, Matt, how things going? I know you're by the way, your rate's great. You don't have anything to do, but I was just thinking about you. Hopefully you and your wife are doing good and your family's good. Like, doing those little things, that's what it takes to be successful. And then the only other thing I would say is the biggest mistake loan officers make right now is they underutilize their resources. They're not using the resources at their hands. Like, people try, you don't have to, AIME, you don't have to go at it alone. You got AIME Network to help out. You got UWM and what we can do, but also there's tools. Like, you need help with social media? I got a partnership services team. They'll sit there and talk to you about your social media posts and help you, right? You need help with training. We talked about Success Track earlier. Like, I built all these things. We built all these things. AIME's built so many things. Like, use your resources. Call the people at AIME. They'll help you. Call UWM. We'll help you. And so you don't have to be alone. And so the biggest thing I can talk about agents, but like, use your resources, ask for help, and go. And I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be amazing. It's already off to an amazing start. 2026 will be even better. We're going to keep building together for years and years to come.
Yeah, myself and John were on a Facebook Live yesterday, and we were talking about it. And we think one of the biggest mistake brokers use, obviously, is the rates. I'm sure they look at their book of business and say, oh, Mr. Smith's at 3.75. He's not interested. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't know that. It's a relationship building. Even if he's not interested, what if 1 out of every 10, 30, 60 calls that you make might be Mr. Smith, who says, I am at 3.75. I hate to give this up, but I got X amount of dollars in credit card debt because of, something that happened within my family. The cheapest way to borrow money is through a home. You know what I mean? And that's what we talked about, is always staying in front of clients.
Yeah. You don't know what they're going through. Everyone that's watching this podcast right now will have had a borrower they called. It's like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, guess what? You're at 7%. I'm going to get you down to 5.99. I'm going to save you $294 a month. There's going to be no cost out of your pocket. And you're like, you think it's easy to sell all the time. They're like, no, we're all set. We don't want to do it. You're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And same thing the other way. It's like, oh, it's only saving them $19 a month. Or hey, they're actually not saving much money at all, but they're getting out of MI and they're going to get their escrows back. Like, you don't know. Maybe they want a little cash out. You get up to 1% through Freddie Mac. You don't know the details. Call and talk to everybody and let them know that you care about them and go through it. And by the way, let's say they have no interest. Oh, but you know what? My cousin was calling me about it. Like, will you requote them? Like, you don't know. But like, if you don't call, you have no chance. And so it's the biggest thing out there. If you sit there and dwell on rates, like, rates aren't going to go to 3%. I don't believe so anytime soon. Probably not 4% either, but they probably will. And some rates for government loans are in the 5s right now. And you can get closer on a conventional loan right now too, depending on your comp structure. Like, There's so many loans you could refinance today. If you're not doing refinance right now, you're missing out on it. You're just leaving money on the table. And you're also, besides leaving money on the table, you're hurting your consumers. You're hurting the families you help. You help someone buy at 7%, you should be helping them get to 5.99 now, right? That's your job. That's our job. And so calling these people and staying in front of them is the biggest thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and I look at it this way. It's, let's just say it's 25% of the market. I've seen different numbers, 25, 26, 27. And so that means retail has the rest. That's how much business is out there to go get. You know what I mean? And sometimes people just light up and go, I never thought of it that way, instead of just looking at, oh, we're only 26% of the market. There's so much business out there to get. It's just, you gotta put on your boots and go after it.
Yeah. It's whoever wants it more. Be willing to do it, right? And yeah, brokers are 27%. It's a great number, but it still means 73% of consumers are paying too much and not getting the expertise of broker. It's like, that's what keeps me up every day. Like, what do I got to do next? Let's get brokers at 30. Let's get brokers at 35, 40, 50. And we get to 50, then brokers officially are number one in the market. And then we'll go say, how do we get to 60? How do we get to 70? Because it's best for consumers, it's best for LOs, it's best for realtors. Who's it best for in retail? Nobody. It's just the owners, the owners of the retail shops, right? Like, let's go dominate. And so I'm excited about it. It's so much upside for all of us.
Well, Matt, I know you're a busy man. I got one more question for you that I think is going to, help a lot of people out there. You talk to some of the most successful brokers out there, loan officers, however you want to put it. What is the common characteristic that you see in the top broker shops, loan officers across the nation?
Well, so there's a lot of things I can talk about here. I can go in a lot of different ways. I can talk about Success Track. I can talk about people minding their own book, going after their past clients. I can talk about referrals. The one I would like to talk about, and actually I'll talk about two, but the biggest one I'll talk about is client service. Like, you have to be that guy or gal on every single file. What I've found is people don't make it so that they are giving them that white glove treatment, if that's what you want to call it, from soup to nuts to after the closing to memory, like all the way through the process, like all the way through. And so like what I've tried to do at UWM is kind of create a backed into scorecard to like show you what to do, which is what we call our pro rankings, where it's basically like, hey, come out to Success Track. Hey, send a memory maker after every file to get a closing gift to the borrower. Hey, submit the loan this way, ultimate submission, which makes sure that the CDs have done initial, like all these things to make sure you develop and what we have found is people that follow this little cheat code, as I would call it, what they do is they grow much faster than the rest of the market. They grow significantly faster. Part of that is Success Track. Part of it is like, and you don't know whether it's all these things or it's just those people are winners and they do those things. But what I'm trying to say is do these things and you'll succeed. And so like for me, the biggest thing I would talk about is the biggest producers in the market do those things. They are constantly learning. They watch the UWM Wednesday sales meeting because you know what? You can't watch it for 60 minutes and not pick up one or two things. They send a memory maker. They send a closing gift to every single closing, right? They show up at their closings, right? They try new things. They do a virtual or hybrid closing. They try different things. They're learning. They're doing CD at initial underwrite. Like they're like coming out to trainings. They're bringing real estate. Like those are the winners. And so I try to create this scorecard or backed into it, this cheat code. And I know it's like in my life, in my business, and anything, like I always talk about my kids and like I coach their sports and like my youngest son, he's like the most dominant player in football or basketball. Everyone wants to play. He's great. 20 touchdown season, undefeated. But you know what? Everyone high fives when he scores 4 touchdowns. That's like me high fiving you and score 10 loans. But what do I reward my son for? I reward my son for going outside on February 10th and saying, let's go throw the football 200 times in the snow and I'm freezing my butt off, right? And doing it with him because that work ethic and that is the cheat code to 4 touchdowns. And same thing with LOs. And so I am big on the pro rankings and telling people do these things. It's the cheat code to 10 closings or 20 closings a month or 40 closings a month. Don't limit yourself. And so that's what I see. The best LOs are doing those things. So I tried to recreate it and spin it up for people. And it's been really successful, by the way, seeing people succeed with it. But that's kind of what I would focus on is those little things because they lead to 4 touchdowns or 20 closings a month for LOs.
Yep. It's go back to that sports analogy. Everyone sees someone score 30 points, but they didn't realize they put 3,000 shots up this week in the gym.
You got it.
Right?
And as a dad, what do you reward your kid for? You got to reward them for the 3,000 shots that they shot up. Or I even do it with school. Like, you going to give your son a high five for an A on the test? Yes, of course you will. But The fact that he studied or she studied for 2 hours and like cared and took good notes, and if they get a B or an A, you're good with them. But you know that if they do that more often than not, they're going to get a lot of A's. And so like focus on rewarding them for studying or putting the shots up or throwing the football, not just for the success.
I absolutely love it. Hey, Matt, listen, I couldn't think of anyone better to throw on our first episode of season 5. I just want to thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man. We appreciate everything you do. And I just want to thank you for coming on today. I know this is going to be one of our highly most listened to podcasts out there. So thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm so proud to be part of it. You guys are doing great things at AIME, and I love this podcast. So thanks for including me. I'm happy to do it anytime, and let's continue to dominate together.
Perfect. So brokers, if you want to catch up on all of our past podcast episodes, as well as other AIME Network podcasts, please head over to aimgroup.com/broker to broker. You can also listen and watch all of our AIME Network podcasts on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Our handle is at AIME National for some of the best content out there, which is just going to make you better. And that kind of seemed to be the theme of today. So everyone else, please rate our podcast and leave a review. It helps us spread the word and provide the world that brokers are best. So Matt, thanks again. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm telling you, we all love it. We absolutely love it and can't thank you enough, and wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Appreciate you.